Stay off the linen. I gotta change it. Stay off. You're gonna get hair all over. Yo, stay off the linen. Now, man, it's not your bed, bro. It's over there. Stay off the linen, man. Don't be looking at me retarded. Stay off the linen. It's all folded up. And don't, if you're going to get, well, this is coming off anyway. You gotta go to the laundry. It's too big. Wash it. Wash it. Stuff. Don't look at me, man. I'm not playing. And don't bite my toe. Come here. Come on. Constipated? That ain't what that kitty box look like. You about to bounce. Not the boo.
What you doing?
Hold on. Let me get some more quick. No, I'm not going upstairs. Stay right there, Mama. I gotta take all that off, all right? I gotta take it. You gotta change it up, okay? Country boy don't mean no harm. What is country boy just doing harm? This country boy just, man, I gotta take these socks off. This is what I want. Come on, I'm outside, man. All this gotta get right. Well, this. What's going on, guys? What's happening? Apologies for taking too long. You know, it's the morning grind. I gotta make this not too quick, but kind of quick. I gotta take all this linen. I gotta go to the laundromat and drop it off. I got like 2 sets of red. I was gonna put the other one red on, but I got a third pack I haven't even opened. I just want to see red again. I was gonna put the green. I might just put black up here. But the problem with black is this one is going through a whole lot of shedding and stuff. Always know when I come on an AM, I'm not going to talk right away. I can set it up and put the little countdown for like 2-4 minutes. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let the music play. Relax, enjoy the music, and just be at ease. If you're so busy and you're caught up because you think you're in control of the narrative here, then this is not the platform for you. If you have a hard time dealing with the fact that I'm playing music and you don't know how to relax and get in the mood in the moment, it's not going to be a whole lot of cursing this morning. All right? It's going to be very direct and to the point. And affordable for the conscious, I believe. Just go about your way. Because I've had a number of people I love dearly, and I can get it. But sometimes you just gotta let yourself mediate. We don't have to respond to everything. So you see, I have black politicians, right? I discussed the religion. I didn't go too in depth because I want to have that's one of the topics I want to have a podcast about. Where we all talk about it, our walks, make it relevant, so that way somebody in the youth watching will not see all just in entirety our ignorance. Because we do great platforms. The problem is a lot of times we become a little ignorant. We get off track, and I don't want to sit there like I'm in control of the whole narrative. I want people to be able to realize it and have the rationality to be able to pull back, and go, wait a minute. Because, last podcast, I had 3 or 4 times saying back on the topic or the subject. Because we can go all, and there's nothing wrong with that. The thing is, we don't really circle the wagons appropriately. Up until, we still have so-called black Republicans. To me, it's discouraged. We know what Obama did. He put the fix in. And why I'm saying he put the fix in is because between the FBI, the secret societies, the little Bilderberg group, and all the Rothschilds, the people they work with, they taking pictures with them and everything, that if you claim to be African American, they can do what they're doing now. See, if the majority of our beloved ignorant ass people would have never stated or grasped that in their stupidity, and mostly, let me go ahead and pull this up right quick, if you don't mind. See, this is what happens when he wants to step on my little. These idiots like these, and I'm gonna start down here, okay? As far as Congress and regardless of their position and where they're running, okay? Okay, I'm gonna read some names, and it seems like they want to go ahead and remove their little faces and pictures like I really care about what they look like, to which I don't. Okay. We know that Kamala Harris has claimed is Hindustani, and she is not of our stock, not at all. Nor is Barack Obama. Both of them are foreign interlopers, put in position by the Luciferian satanic, it doesn't matter how it's looked at, forces to be. If you want to know who the real indigenous or autochthonous Aboriginal Indians were, you can go back to Hiram Rhodes of 1827. You can go back to Blanche Bruce of 1841. And you can go back even to 1919 to Edward Brooke. Republicans, as we was the Republican Party. But then you get up to these traitorous pieces of excrement. And some people will say, was it during the war years? What war? I mean, if you want to look at Carol Mosley Barn, Illinois. Barack Obama, Illinois. Roland Reuters, Illinois. Tim Scott, that piece of excrement, South Carolina. And he's a Republican, but he plays a marginalized line. He is a bottom feeder. Mo Cowan, Massachusetts, getting nothing done. Cory Booker out of Jersey, he's not original. Democrat, Congress, he's doing nothing. California, you know what she's done for our people. Kamala Harris. Kamala. She sounds like one of the deities of Hindustan. And Raphael Warnock, one of the worst pieces of excrement. And that's why I have nothing nice to say to you people, brothers and sisters in Georgia. Y'all are the most lost, deceptive, beat down, chemically lobotomized individuals other than St. Louis and Louisiana. And I'm saddened by my family and my people in Louisiana as I am as much North Carolina, Virginia, and Georgia. Y'all are just a disgrace. And I don't even have to go in on New York. They just walk around with a lot of huff, 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 and puff. Now, if you want to know the truth, the betrayal, PBS Pinchbach, 1837-1921, was part of the handover. And his family, if you go look, have kept the white narrative as far as the origin of what it was, as far as the status. And he was a Negro, an orthodox, mixed regardless. And I'm not talking about with pale skin. Denied seat due to a contested election involved with William L. McMillan, because it was time for the trade-off. What did I say about 1857 and 1876? Y'all have a hard time remembering, I know. But then we look at the places where Negroes are prominent at, right? California, Kamala Harris. It is the worst place right now, other than Georgia, other than Illinois, other than Massachusetts. Oh, niggas, poor niggas in Massachusetts. Mississippi burning, that seems to be an ongoing thing. New Jersey, when we had gun rights and everything else, and everything was not lascivious, everybody moved as one. And here y'all are, no different from New York, Delaware, Philly. All of a sudden, they becoming Georgia-like with all the homosexuality. South Carolina, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Then we don't have to get into Virginia nor Alaska with the Negroes out in the outskirts, closer to the Russia than everybody else. This can go on and on and on. When you think about Francine Waters, there is so much. It's like the lotto, like the drugged up individuals. And then when you want to talk about the Republican Party, the party members have been 131 Democrats and 31 Republicans, while 13 members founded the Congressional Black Caucus in 1971 during the 92nd Congress and the 116th Congress, 2019 to 2020. 56 served with 54 Democrats and 2 Republicans. Total seats of 535 plus 6 delegates. Every one of those black pieces of walking dead mean you and every one of you no good. And damn sure, the more they can pit black against white, the more happier they are. You see, y'all don't want to believe because they go to Christian churches and I can't even get the words out of my mouth because it doesn't even feel flattering or tasteful on my mouth. But explicable, how do you say it? Somebody type it. I can't say it. I don't want to say it. People have heard me say it before. You know I know how to. I can't. Okay? And the Southern Baptists and Union Baptists and everything else. And nobody's paying attention to even the words. It is a disgrace, a disgust. And yet, here we are at the crux, at the crux and the crevice of government thinking they control the narrative. When it was by the Republic, for the Republic, the people. I don't know who these frauds think they are. And I'm so tired of all these platforms catering with fear. And that's why I question the people who are doing these platforms and two-way and everything else. What part do they play in the gamut? Because when it's all said and done with the 2024 so-called Biden reform of more gun with grabbing, that's the only thing that's kind of protecting you. Kind of. Okay? That's the only thing. Nothing else. Not your damn religion. Not you seeking your Jesus. Not to say it that way. Or your damn Muhammad and Allah and all that other bull crap. Okay? You think they would be doing what they're doing if they didn't know better? Do you know what it's like to act? Have any of y'all stood up on the stage and done a monologue where you acted one in the second person? Have y'all did a dialogue where you reacted to people and it had to be hard drawn? Not hard pressed, but hard drawn as written to fall into character? Did you study of any of the famous authors and everything of Russia who are utilized in the process of this. I took acting classes for years, guys. All right? See, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of you have no clue because your life is an act. The more you're awake, the more they're going to go and do trifling things. But the thing that's protecting you is the guns. And they're more liberals, surprisingly, believing in their fictional characters. This is how foolish, liberal-minded individuals. I don't care about you pale-skinned liberals. You're the scourge of the damn earth anyway. I don't care not one bit about any of you fractured pieces of excrement. The most racist party ever to exist. All they did was incorporate and steal our republic. How did they do it? You don't know. You don't have a clue. Man, I don't want to hear no more about that bull BS Holocaust in Germany. F them. We've quadrupled the number of our dead. And you got these little sociopaths running around further with guns and badges who they're going to usurp to bring in the UN on this land, which is parliament, to creating it. And with our great minds and everything we have given to this world, with the rest of you worthless pieces of nothings, not knowing the truth. Every time I ask a Native American what's your blood type until I go and I have friends that work at the hospital, they tell me. Not one of the ones I've discussed had O positive. Only 2 that served with me in the military, and I question that. Now the one I know he did because he's mixed, but he looks more Navajo, but his father is us. Mother had very strong genes. I believe she's probably Hopi, but he's Navajo. Love him to death. He married to a sister. He's over there in Florida. He was in Virginia with the Florida. He hates liberals. He can't stand the reservation, the people on it. He's retired Army. A wonderful brother. He said, anytime you want to do a podcast, brother, I'll tell them who you are. The hell with them not knowing who you truly are and your people. He says, I couldn't stand him when I was there. He said before he went on, he used to be arguing with him, saying, he's the Aboriginals, because he used to sit around with the Hopis and talk all the time. And the Hopis that were honest and sincere and true. And every time I turn on, I says, what's your blood type, brother? While I'm handing out sandwiches and water. I don't know. They know because they stay in the damn hospital, the government's hospital. They're told not to tell. Because, see, people have a hard time dealing with us who are O negative and O positive, the oldest bloodline on this earth of man and woman, not human and mankind. See, there's a difference when you know the facts and then you look at these excrements, these pieces of excrement, who think that it's all right. I say rout them all out. Who are the cowards who believe because some damn fake court system with some fake judge and some fake Supreme Court and everything else is playing a game, waiting until they go, oh, we found this, everybody can't have a gun, as if everybody's going to bark on that when they have all these foreign troops over here walking around until it's time to put on the uniform, don clothes, and say, we're in country. We have trained with certain individual knuckleheads who don't know no better. That's why I tell you it's important. Stop worrying about gold and silver like that's going to save your ass. Go buy some food, storage, some dry food, and go buy some damn ammo and shut your mouth up. Terry Wisdom replied to me like an idiot. I'll show it. Show it, you dumbass. Show what you're building, you dumbass. Don't you talk about... Yes, I do, because I'm really about that life. I'm not living in a fictional dichotomy of it. What language do you speak, Terry Wisdom? Huh? Other than running around because you have some mental ailment, to which I've seen over the last 5 years. And most of y'all following, you can't even see it because some of y'all have mental ailments. I know you don't want to have a conversation with Red in the AM because it scares you. It makes you shake. It makes you feel some kind of way. It makes it feel like I'm directing it towards you instead of actually being complicit with what's being said. And you have a hard time dealing with that. I'm shaving my beard off today, people. Somebody yesterday was like, Red, because they heard me outside the window when I mentioned it. You gonna shave your beard? I said, you ear hustling in my window? I said, no, I'm just kidding. The space is all ours. That's why it's open. So anybody who wants to hear, they can listen. And I says, I might. I said, and you know the beautiful thing about it? It'll grow back. But this time with a little more purity in it. See, I do things with a purpose. I don't have to relegate you and make you relevant in this life that I'm further encapsulating and building upon. I would just like to see You become a remnant of your truth, not a remnant of the lies that have compiled and made you what you are. I would love to see them come over here instead of the little trolls who attempted to do something, say something, couldn't even get the words out because they didn't even realize that they were being shut it. People aren't paying attention to reality because they have a hard time dealing with it. As if it's some kind of specificality, and it's not. You got people talking about, yeah, I was in a boating accident, I lost my rifle. Nigga, my rifle's right the fuck here. I got some fully automatic motherfuckers too. I bought in 1985. When I was in the military, when I heard in 86, they was going to be fucking writing this fictional law. And these motherfuckers run like clockwork. And I'm spot on the dime with them. I remember sitting out there with a quarter at 200 yards, trying to hit it twice, working my hardest. And so one day I hit it twice. I don't know if I could do it again. And I was satisfied. Now I like to just double tap. Bap, 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 bap. I don't even like full auto. But though I know the purpose of it. See, the beautiful thing is I could sell one of them guns for well over 150, 20,000 if I wanted to, or it's weight in gold and silver. Do I think it's relevant to do that? Of course not. Some people say, well, damn, for all these years, we didn't know that. I didn't say nothing. Why do you say something now? Because I'm tired of these frauds mitigating and moving the way they move. When I've always said over the last 10 years, just leave me the fuck alone. They had a hard time abiding by that because they're so dynamically perverse. They don't really get the truth because they don't know the truth, nor do they know who they're messing with at times. They believe they do because you got a bunch of scurvies running around. They've done some things. Instead of knowing that I support veterans, some of them are hand chosen, and they go through the brainwashing. And then the tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock to become some kind of formidable weapon when they're not formidable at all. When I go outside and I put my feet in the soil, for those of you who do it, I think it's probably just one or two of you. The rest of you too goddamn cowardly. You probably got this thing in your head. And it's got too much stuff I'm doing and then because you know that's just pure BS. Every time one of y'all make an excuse, don't ever do it with me because I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt your little feelings. I'm gonna say something that contradicts all the bull BS you're trying to force down my throat or in my face. I'm gonna tell you, yes, you do got the time. I feel 2 to 3 people watching me. I could be wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when I feel it, I embrace it. And I go, yeah, baby. And I do my thing. And I love it. It had rained. It was nice and soft and mushy. My stones right where they need to be at. My things where they're supposed to be at. Unless I choose to move them or somebody wants to move them. That's on them. And it felt so good. And I chummed and I hummed. I felt a sharp pain and it popped. And I was like, it's rectifying and clarifying something, fixing something. I don't worry about it. There's frequencies and vibrations. And the first one started out for like 3 seconds. I took a deeper breath a few times and then it went for about 8 seconds. Deeper and it seemed like for a minute. Then I dug deep from the diaphragm and it's none of your business. And that's when I felt it and I was like, clarity, clarification, reclarification. I was going to hug the tree, but I said there's life that is blossoming and blooming and coming that shouldn't be coming right yet. It should be another month and a half. But because they're mediating and messing with things, as well as Mother Earth is doing some things as well. I'm not going to get into that dynamic because a lot of people start running with certain individuals talking about, and the blood sun, and did a bunch of nonsense, not really knowing what they're talking about. And so I says, no, there's life on the tree. Let it be. Don't go over there squishing and hugging them. They don't need it. They know you're here. So I must be aware that they're here for whatever purpose or reason. I'm telling y'all, the only way you're going to be able to defeat or win anything is to become your higher self, your spiritual, your sentient existence. You must tap into that and forego the physical. But I know a lot of you have a hard time doing that. Even with me, I'm not a great teacher. But there's some out there who believe themselves to be great teachers who will lead you in a direction that's very harmful. I am telling you to walk carefully and cautiously, but you must be able to take this walk. You have to. You have to. Do you hear me? Unless you want to be like everyone else. But we all know what that train consists of. Are you paying attention? Controlled chaos. If there's one part, isn't there always another part? If there's one that goes against the grain, isn't there one that's in the grain? Isn't there a mediation, not a mediator? So if all the bad is happening, then who's doing the good? Have any of y'all paid attention to be able to recognize and see the good? Per se, good versus bad, evil versus righteous. What part do you play? Because you cannot be a mediator. There is no sitting on the fence. Are you aware of what's going on? Because if you're aware of the good, then you're illuminating in that fashion. You are picking up that mantle. You will become other than fear. Do you know how this government works? They work with the fact of you being in fear, trodden down, and feeling hopeless. Didn't I say this before? I uploaded a video so you can see it again of somebody else expressing this from years ago. The reason being that if you want to be the trodden upon, and your fake anger and rage, which don't mean nothing because you don't have control of yourself, you want that to be the go-to. So be it. What do you think you're going to accomplish? What are you going to accomplish? I just want to know. Are you going to accomplish anything? I know some of you actually believe in your head you've accomplished a whole lot. What, being a more productive slave? I operate heavy machinery. You get paid for it, huh? Fiat? Okay, so you're a more learned, accomplished, machine heavy operating slave. And I bet you feel better than the slave that's working at the car wash. He's probably smarter than you though. More intelligent, more lucrative in how he can deal and manage with people. While you're sitting up operating a machine, adrenaline, testosterone fluctuating, get off with the boys in the hard hat crew wearing the orange and yellow illuminated vests. You think you're something, but I'm here to tell you you're nothing. You know when you would be something? If you was on 40, 100, 200 acres with all of us and you was working. You saying, I'm a machine, I can go and get we need some heavy machine operators here for Trauma Hawk on his soil. Now, I actually know how to work bobcats and smaller stuff like that because I work for Mario's landscaping in New Jersey for about a year and a half before, I had to go to New York, back surgery and all that. Working the bobcat, laying down tire rods and tire irons and stuff like that, building up, child little parks in the backyard of the rich, so-called rich. Changing out and that's a job, changing out each one of those buckets. Or putting like with the snow, that's a job. And not a one-man job. I mean, yes, I used to remove I used to remove the Vulcan cannon, the F-18 Vulcan cannon, MA2A1 out of the damn front of the nose cone, the radar package. ATs come out, secure that, pull it out, and then I would go up there with the beryllium, the lift, the hoist, put up the machines, and I would do it by myself, to which was a 3 to 4 man job, putting in the rails and lower it and skid it by myself as an E5 at the time. And everybody used to be like, let Red handle it. He's going to do it by himself. And you give me 35 minutes and I unhook all the hydraulic and the power lines, do the system check inside the wheel well, and bring that whole gun down to go off to be refurbished and install a new one by my damn self. I used to sit there and walk. You know what a Brew 13 is? A multiple ejector rack. A multiple ejector rack. Big long one that can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mark, what's called the little blue bombs. Our old 6 to 9 500 pounders. I used to get one of them off the Christmas tree on my back and walk with it down the flight deck because it was high tempo. I used to go to the one that's carrying the AIM 9 air intercept missile, AIM-9 missiles. And I used to sit there, put it up my chest, switch my hands around, lift it up over my head, put it on the ejector rack, take it, slide it in, bam, go around the front, connect it by myself, which was a 3 to 4 man job, locking safety pin, and then have the AT so I can give it a flare, make sure that it's set. See, a lot of y'all want to have these conversations about certain things, but you really haven't done nothing. It's all up here in your head is where you've done it, and then you transfer it to here as if it's supposed to mean nothing. That is not an accomplishment. The things I did, I was just a good, hard, very strong working, slave. No, I don't wear that title because I knew that I had signed on for the job, and I wanted to learn what it was to be doing the things I was doing and traveling the world. Because I knew that the way I was going to travel the world, I had choices. But then I knew that in the Navy, it'd be more affordable to me than out here. So what I did was I had a plan. I listened to the people who were over me and older than me. And then I followed their directions. I didn't do it great. I didn't do it gracefully now, but I followed. I followed their directions. I didn't follow them in their life. I could never walk in their footsteps. I had my own. Now I retrace some of their footsteps, but I can never walk in them. Just to be able to have libations of the truth. See, it amazes me that we have all these so-called OGs and gangsters and all this other stuff. They don't even know what the damn words mean. You know why? Because at the lower frequencies, they would deliver this stuff, foot to hand, and hand to mouth. Some foot to mouth, and they use it as if it actually means something, and it means nothing. That means I'm not going to disrespect people that says, "What's going on, Chief OG?" I respect you. All right? I'm not an OG. I'm not a gangster. I'm not none of that. I'm so much more. I'm not a piece of paper. I'm not just even a name or a title. I am so much more. And so are you. If you choose to step into who you really are. Now, you can believe that you're the lie that you are. We don't care about the little fictional characters running around broken, all messed up, believing in living their lies. Do you know what living a lie means? Do you know what that accomplishes? Zero. Nilch. It just keeps you in that place, stuck. You're compelled. We need you to be compelled. We need you to be stuck in your affidavit of falsities. We need you to be right there so you stand out. Because see, everybody thinks because the way I'm talking, I stand out. I haven't stopped talking the way I've talked for the last 4 decades, and I don't care. And there's a difference. I won't switch up. I won't change. I'm not flatulent. Build up a bad gut health. You come into the air, funk it up, and then you travel several miles messing with everybody else, and everybody else wonders what's going on. I'm not flatulent. I am right here. I am right now. I'm self-appointed. So anybody listening to these outside sources that said they took an oath, swore on some damn book, and then start doing everything opposite to it because of their agenda to fulfill it as slow as they want to mediate it? No. What y'all afraid to do because y'all want these platforms. You're in fear of losing these platforms. No, Fauci needs to be routed. All of them need to be routed. These mugs in this government need to be routed. Those who protect and serve them. Those who are on the side who will protect and serve blindly, not knowing the fact of what they're supposed to be doing as far as even in the military. When we learned that, we was like, oh man. Oh, so I was like, I ain't have to take that anthrax pill, nigga. See, they got everybody believing in all this bullshit because if it's really about a pandemic, then you wouldn't have to take the motherfucker. If you choose to live or die, then let it be. But it's obviously they were pushing for death in a very secretive way. You can't make this stuff up. You see what I'm saying? I would love to see people say, look, I'm going to make it up. I don't want to talk about all this crap because it doesn't matter. It's meaningless. And what would be beautiful is to be able, Joshua, appreciate it, brother. What would be meaningful is for everybody to move beyond this. It's already done. They can't even lie no more. They just spoke on the news about people dropping dead of cardio. What is it called, Rep? Cardio, the heart thing. More people are dropping dead South Africa on the stage everywhere. Teenagers and children, and they can't block, they can't stop. And you know that only certain platforms are still putting that dumb visit the what you call a center for 19 because they have been too stupid and complacent to realize they need to remove that. They've succeeded partially. The other part to where they're being caught now, these people cutting these railroad tracks. I think one group was shot at. The thing is, y'all need to be more vigilant. You need to wrap up. You need to walk out. See, right now they don't want you to talk about firearms, this, that, and other. My platform is about the Second Amendment, though I'm not doing gun stuff right now. I'll do what I want on my soul on any and every platform I want, and if they want to deal with that, and me knowing certain individuals, it don't matter foreign or domestic. Yeah, we know some people. We know who's doing what. We know who's who. See, like they're everywhere. We're everywhere. And I mean, we're everywhere. I always say if you have enough people who are suicidal, so be it. We are not suicidal. That is not even part of our. Okay? But what we are war. And we are death. The problem is they need you not to know what you are and who you really are. You are war, you are death, but you are not supposed to be against one another. See, that's the fragmentation, the broken part. It has no meaning. It has no luster, no beauty. And here it is a time when you realize that an enemy is doing it all to you, yet you allow yourself to be subjugated. Not all. Because the media, they need to be routed as well. Sadly, I say that. And the only reason why I say that is because they're playing a very, very big part. A willing part. They have been hand-selected and chosen with false promises of comfortability. And it's sad. Y'all know I don't advocate violence. You know, I'm making a statement based on the reality. And that's not to clean it up. It's the truth. Whether I say it on here, if I say it in front of you. Do you hear me? Yes, myocarditis. It's all over the news. It's everywhere. Doctors and they can't hide it. I made a post and Instagram had the nerve to say, oh, this can't be showed in Russia. You know, you fuck you. So I see you as a racist. So you're a racist. So you have racist, dumb, goofy racists running platforms. See, some of them believe they're not none of it. They just play in the games. No, if you believe in racism, you're this great lethargic thing, not knowing the truth. Or if you want to mediate that you do and you're just going to play the certain part, well, you do that at a very bad choice. That's directly to them watching with the little green. And if they were smart, they would stop recording. And they would stop being so goddamn nosy. But they don't know how to do that either. It's the hardest thing because they're comfortable in their ignorance. You see the little idiots who are running out and beating up young brothers who don't know who they are, running around with the black, believing they're African American. You see these dumb bastards and maybe served in the military, grew up in certain areas, sadists, punk motherfuckers, right? They just didn't run up on the right individual. Trust me on that one. Oh, I've got some video footage of 4 or 5 cops, big old black dude, old sellout, goofy, wannabe pale-skinned motherfucker, running up on this one cat, and he knocked every last one of them out. But before they can get a stun gun or a gun out, just knocked them all out. Fumbling around trying to get to their feet, and he got away. Now, they might have caught up to him, and he turned himself in because he didn't have guidance or somebody there to show him that, no, you got 1,000 of us behind you. Any motherfucker come, they can get it. See, that's what's wrong with y'all. You don't know how to pack the fuck up and mitigate movement so that way you can be more responsible. You keep holding on to the next false day, believing that, oh, another day, another moment, another second. See, until the shit runs out. Now you see I've been putting the hourglass. I haven't put an empty one where it's down to the bottom. I had somebody hit me up, man, you eat pork? I haven't, but motherfucker, I'll fork some pork chops and some bacon up, nigga. I says, but you eating synthetic ass chicken. Are you aware that 99.8% of that shit is fake? And if I get my chicken, I use the eggs. Fuck the bird. I like the animal. I'll get the eggs. Natural. All organic. You eat steak? If you go into a restaurant eating steak, you eating glue, motherfucker. It's not even real. You can't make this up. And look, guys, if you're going to donate, I got the super chat up. Let's say that for podcast. Just go ahead and just put it in my Cashapp. I appreciate that. Because that way I can actually get it instead of waiting a month for them to take taxes and all that dumb shit to which I don't pay taxes, but they ignorant. I'm serious, y'all. And that way I can just go ahead. I appreciate you. I really do. I should always say that. But listen, we have to make a choice. The poison's in the air. Don't lament on it. Remember, I'm not giving it energy. I'm only speaking on something that's relevant to the fact, not fiction. Let's say it's a placebo effect too. Look, I'd rather y'all see it, and this is where I was going to drive. Poison in the air, poison in the water, poison in the food. Now we know the food has literally been poisoned to a degree. I had a friend who worked on a farm in Mexico, says they used to never use the chemicals to spray the fruit and vegetables. That's why some of it be rotting when it comes here. But he says the soil was being turned, even though it was kind of messed up. But he says we like to grow our cocoa and weed and everything on that, and they didn't want the chemicals. So listen to me. Just listen. Just listen. Let's say it's all a placebo effect. Well, we know the majority of it isn't, but a lot can be. Because see, once you become enlightened by certain entities, now the dogma and the effect is on you mentally. So you create more of it. I don't care about when they spray it. I don't care about what they spray it. I wouldn't care if it was pure fucking night. Is you paying attention? I don't care what they spray. I don't care what they put in the water. Now, I'm not drinking the tap water because that's just nasty. You can test it. You can actually buy from a veteran-owned water testing thing, and you can see the crap that and it's coming through the cesspool. Where y'all live at, where your poop and pee go, it don't go out in the ocean. They recycle that shit like Soylent Green. When a motherfucker blow the brains out and shit gets into the sink and the food aerator, and they come to clean it, them people that come with all the group and the scrubbers and all that, it goes right into the water treatment facility. All them pills people dump, the drugs into the sinks and toilets, right into that big cesspools that are all over, and they got them big machines, they're just recycling it and pumping it right back through the system. When you pee and you poop, that sludge and all that stuff is taking it, they're using it for something. That's what you don't know. Those places need to be blown the fuck up. And the water coming out the mountains, all those things that are polluting them need to be destroyed, and just get you some good fresh damn water and let your body because your body is full of parasites and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm talking about that's what makes us who we are. Living organisms. But what gives us our power is the fact that we have a source we call light, an infinitesimal, internal for eternal, that powers us. And if they can kill the physical, they can weaken our domain not to keep connected to the source. And therefore we weaken the source, or they drain it from us because we keep giving it to things that we shouldn't give it to, instead of sharing it amongst ourselves. So when I gave you that little analogy about my Uncle John Amos with the $10 bill from the sun back, and here's the 10 for the 20, 10 for the 20, back in that circle, it never left nowhere. See, we keep giving our energy to these motherfuckers and they keep mismanaging, misusing it against us. That's why I can't stand these punk motherfucking gang members, these punk motherfucking rappers, these punk motherfucking medical professionals, these punk ass Congress motherfuckers, because they're doing it to their own detriment. They're too goddamn dumb to know to do better because they believed and done partaken in so many fallacies and lived a false lie believing they're on top of shit. Thank you for allowing me to give a little bit of AM what grinds my gears. Don't take it personal. Don't let it influence you in ways that might push you off in another direction. Just know that there's some truth there. You put the puzzle together. I'm gonna sign off. I gotta run out and check my mail. You know it's Monday. And I'll be back later to stir another pot of reading. All right? I'm gonna give a shout out and get off of here. I'm gonna have all kind of motherfuckers up in arms this morning. Motherfucking YouTube, all I'm gonna show. Man, he got big feelings. Oh, he can't say. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're gonna drive a motherfucker for real. Again, if y'all gonna donate, I appreciate it. Cashapp. Wait, I think it's gonna be about a month or two if we're still, well, you know, DVB. And that's what's funny. One more thing. Silicon Valley, the bank, it collapsed. Obviously, it was a Ponzi scheme and they were robbing people. Because I told you, banks, you put the money in there and they make interest off of it. So obviously, somebody, all them little drug addicts and all those little whores and everything else that are at the witch called over in New York Stock Exchange, they're just fucking throwing your money away. And then here we have this fucktard that y'all call Biden, the lookalike, the stand-in, the third or fourth one, talking about, oh, we got $1 billion for what? He doesn't sell how many? 80 billion over the fucking for this goofy ass war, but they left billions of dollars over in Iraq. See, nobody wants to hold this weird group of motherfuckers accountable. Because see, a bunch of dumb motherfuckers who are in a proper position are still making it about crayon color. Stop a stupid ass media and all them other dumb motherfuckers as if that means something. With their fake history, fake identity crisis, and everything else that comes with the shit stains they are. Okay? Shout outs. What's up, Sue? What's baby girl? APJR, peace. What's with it? Rondo, beloved brother, what's cracking? All y'all. Blah, what's going on, man? What's cracking? All right. Yeah, don't be doing no more of that. All right. That's what's up. Joshua, bliss, baby. Hey, I appreciate that. That goes towards the witch call, and I appreciate you, man. Definitely. Y'all share this too, all right? I appreciate y'all. Pastor, keep raising Israel. I sure will, because we are the true, as far as Hebraism and true Israelites for the terms, even though they're kind of made up, but we are the ones, reason why it's all created. But I appreciate you, boy. See, I respect Moors. If they claim to be Moor, then I have no problem with that. That's fine. 1800 was the reset, destroyer of our existence, and so you've been paying attention. Awesome. It was the onslaught, the beginning of it. Yes, all the way up until all the way up until 1945, the Reconstruction era. Black Wild Indian, salute. What's going on, family? What's going on, King? It's all these cons and cons. Yes, males and females are cons, kings or queens. It doesn't matter. Benji, cracking. What's going on, family? Good to have you in here, beloved. Yes. The government doesn't work for us. It's working for foreigners at the moment. It always has been. And that's the messed up part. It has always has. Joshua, I appreciate that 20, brother. I really do. Inflammation of the heart. That's what that is, right? She's a nurse, right? Are you probably working right now? Myocarditis and pericarditis. Oh, that's the other one. I knew it was another one. I couldn't remember the name. You know, my medical terminology is, I haven't been working in that field in a while, baby. All right. If you let the government give you a choice, then you have no choice. Exactly. And they really don't have no fucking control. There are forever chemicals in them. Yes. And that's forever poop, shit, metals, all the poison, these fake ass genealogists and these scientists and you know the other ones, microbiologists and all of them have created. We know how to pack up here, the wolf pack. All right, that's what I'm. Scott was cracking. What's going on, family? Now y'all remember I said it's not about color and shit with me, man. It's one big family. And we're at the crux where all that shit of the past don't matter no more. Only to those children we need to teach so they can have a remembrance, not to bring angst and anxiety and anger and rage. That's natural in us. The thing is to be able to take that and put it where it needs to be put at. Oh, you cashed at me, hun? Oh, okay. All right, appreciate you, baby girl. I didn't even see it. I didn't see it come through. No, man, you know what? I appreciate y'all. That y'all even give me a moment for this platform. Spit shine my little cowboy boots. I was gonna wear my gaiters and my ostriches, but that's just too much when it's raining. These right here is my horse riders. This is my backups. This is my kick you in the ass Carhartt type ones. They're pretty expensive. I think they were $285. God damn it. But anyway, when I'm spit shining my boots, man, you know, just giving it a little protect over before I have to head out. I'm always pondering everything in the relationship that I would love to have with my beautiful people. And it's all walks of life. I've made some wonderful, wonderful comrades in the last, I would say, year and a half. Oh, phenomenal. And then I have the ones who I grew up with, who I have utter respect for, not disdain. And then there are those who I grew up with, who I have utter disdain for because they have failed themselves. So obviously if they fail themselves, what do they say about that? You will fail everybody else around you. And these people seek to be in prominent positions within life. And I'm surprised at them that they even believe in the shit and the rhetoric they move in and spew. Reality's a mother. But their reality and everybody else's reality is not our reality. So therefore it doesn't have to be our reality. You know? And I appreciate you all, I truly do. I really do. So I'm going to sign out. So beautiful sisters, I love so much. Unvaxxed sperm here. No, let me stop. To my brothers, y'all already know what to do. Share this. Y'all have a wonderful morning. And I'll be back. Get all that 2 times today reading it. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.